I guess if you eat ketchup, I don't know. That dance was a dance of joy because my dream was finally coming true. Have you ever wanted something so badly that you never stopped praying for it and you kept believing it would come true? Here are some members of my family, and this is a snippet of my story. I am a young Jamaican who has always aspired to become a medical doctor, but I'm not from a rich background. My success story is not a trail of roses. It's definitely one filled with thorns along the way. But nevertheless, I pressed on. Baby, and I just wanna see somebody need somebody. Believe me when I tell you that God will never leave you nor forsake you. I am a walking testament to that. I've been to the Norman Manley International Airport several times, but this time around it was my time to travel. Listen, you see, when God is ready to bless you, He's gonna bless you. This was my first time traveling and I videoed the entire experience. Honestly, I did not know what to expect, but I've seen videos and I had an idea. But y'all know the traveling experience is not the same for everyone. And as you can tell by the video that my favorite color is purple.
That's a crime? Wanna see no yellow tape?
Some of my family members came out to support and watch me leave, and I know not everyone could come, but just know I love y'all so much. Honestly speaking, guys, I was so excited, and at the same time, I was nervous. It'll be my first time being away from my family for so long. Then I'll be going to a country that speaks a completely different language. There was so much going through my mind, but I kept it. I kept the cool. If my memory serves me well, I think I got to the airport about 4 hours early, and guess what? I am glad I did. My luggages were overweight and I had to do some shuffling, but guys, my sister burst away in tears. This was such an emotional moment, and guess what? The tears just were not coming. Or so I thought. I hugged my family goodbye because it was time for me to go to the gate. I was honestly nervous and excited, but I think I was more excited than nervous. Y'all must be wondering, is she on scholarship? Will she be paying? Let me answer that for you. I got a full scholarship. This is a Jamaican government scholarship. I will make a video explaining the details of how to apply and the full details of the scholarship. I remember this day as though it was yesterday. This was August of 2024, and this is definitely a day I can never forget. Boy, guys, it was rough for me because I had my one bag of bagam pandem. So I'm at the airport. I'm going to Cuba. It's happening. God did it for me. I remember when I was in grade 10 and I said I wanted to do it, and let's just say God did it. Jesus did it! I don't know how to feel it. Breathe. I'm going to Cuba to study medicine. Oh God. God is so good. Eh? Trust Jesus, okay? He will make a way for you. Always. While I was at the airport, I was just thinking about how good God was, and I was overjoyed. I will always pick him up. And I enjoyed to buy my KFC 9-piece at that, and I'm glad that I did. This was my last time having KFC for a month, so I had to enjoy. Guys, bear in mind that this was my very first time traveling, so we were walking towards the plane, and this was it. It was very small, but I was still happy because I'm a first time fly.
No! Cannot trick me!
I was not prepared for this at all. The plane was about to take off, and I'm telling you, I could feel everything. But guys, God is really good because I had no idea that this scholarship would allow me to visit other countries as well. Finally landed and I stopped in Santiago de Cuba. This is their airport. This was the moment I'd really find out if my C6 Spanish paid off. Hola. ¿Hablas inglés? Vale. ¿Quieres viajar a Jamaica?
Bueno, se me da la oportunidad. If I have someday the opportunity, I will.
Oh,
Why
vale.
not?
Honestly, I did not understand a word he said. But looking back, I'm so proud of how much my Spanish has improved. I was finally in Havana, Cuba, and these are my friends from Jamaica. And this is the Jose Marte International Airport. I'm so excited.
What?
Exactly what I said. And it wasn't hard for me to identify my suitcases, mis maletas, because they were all purple. Up to this point, it was still excitement, first time in another country. But you remember the saying, anything sweeter till it's sour or a damn? That was awaiting me. But thank God for this trolley, because if I didn't have this, I don't know how I'd manage everything. Y'all remember how I wasn't crying at the airport in Jamaica? I guess I should have.
A few moments later.
I'm in Cuba. Am I happy that I got the chance to be here? Yes. It's early. Photography is a cowbell day. I can't even show the entire clip. This was me trying to act normal after raining from my eyes. Where's that today? Uno, dos, tres. Jamaica! Wow moment. See how I'm drinking my Fiji water in Cuba? Very demure, very cutesy, very mindful. Bricks, fun bricks. Actually, what if I $500? Bricks, fun bricks. The currency used in Cuba is Cuban pesos, and this is how the notes look.
No, you eat them.
Look for them.
Yeah.
I think a chicken with breadcrumbs. You know, yes, good.
Boto, chop. We got a big chop because we thought the food, the croquetas would be good, and they were not, as you can tell by the look on our faces. But my friends, them, I go down today.
Nobody don't want to try.
It's actually salt. This one salt.
I only have one buckle of Pepto-Bismol.
And I want a small one too.
Not the Pepto-Bismol.
He needs some milk.
Look at us glowing. We had no idea what we were going into. We got to the airport around 7 p.m. and we had to wait until 12 a.m. So guess what? In the time while we were waiting, we decided to tour the entire airport. Well, we didn't get to tour the entire airport, but toured. Confession, I'm afraid of the escalator. Even up to this day. The lady that picked us up from the airport, she was so nice, and I was asking her questions about Cuba and their food and my school.
Let me cover this with arroz because I don't know.
Caldos, vegetales, ketchup.
But I'm so happy she told us that the food was not anything close to what we were used to back then. With all the long waiting, we started to play games together and walked. Alright everybody, how are you feeling? We're in Cuba.
We're just vibes right now. Still in the airport.
Yes. I just made it up the escalator. I was so scared.
Oh my God! Wow!
Little did I know that I was just arriving to the desert. It was the first juice I tried in Cuba. Para disfrutar ponche de frutas. So fruit punch.
7, 20.
Bueno easy at all. Imagine we told the airport workers that we don't have any money to pay to use the bathroom, but we came out with water and juice. I arrived to my school gate at exactly 1:31 a.m. the morning of August the 24th. I'm not gonna lie, I was exhausted, so I slept out most of the ride, but I just could feel it when I got there. We had to do some checks and they had to ask some personal information, and I felt like fish out of water. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous. Now that I was actually at school, I was wondering what was the dorm like, etc. etc.
No.
But I totally short.
Claudia, ¿qué edad tienes?
When was your last day you had your menstruation?
21. I froze for a second, guys, but trust me, this was definitely an experience.
Do you suffer from any other diseases like hypertension, diabetes?
Asthma.
Tiene asthma.
And after all that waiting, we had to wait again for another 2 hours before we could go to our rooms. When it was time to head to the quarantine building, I got some assistance from this kind, so y por favor, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Yours truly, Dr. Mendez in Cuba, signing out until my next video.